All right, hey everyone, Paul C. Torina here, and just wanted to go live today and talk about some learning points that I had when I had a vacation here recently and got to talk with my father, and it was some really, really good discussion points. So different from our talks that we've had in the past. This is not like a formal presentation. We don't have any downloadable PDFs. This is really just some information from the heart that I wanted to share, and I had this really surreal moment when I was visiting with my father, thinking, man, I really want to capture this on camera. And I haven't done a video or a live thing in a little bit of time, and I miss it. I miss getting out here and sharing this information that's from the heart. And going live is no joke. It's like, it's great because you don't have to go back and edit it, and at the same time, it's really challenging because you can't go back and edit it. But this is from the heart, and I know you guys will get that from this, and let's just get right into it. So the title of this talk is called This is a Crucial Matter. And I got to visit with my father for the first time in several years, going on vacation. I haven't taken vacation in forever because I spend so much time trying to build this business around empowering others, and I love it, but I'm working every day, all day, Saturdays and Sundays. And so I always have this ability to rationalize not taking vacations and going off to see my family. And I miss my family. Like, I love my family. I love being with them. I haven't had the greatest relationship with my father in the past few years. And, a lot of that's my fault and my perceptions. And I've made a point to fix that here recently. And I've been calling him most days and having conversations with him before the vacation leading up to this. And by the way, Kelsey, if you watch this, thank you so much, because it was a lot of our conversations that kind of nudged me into having these conversations with them and mending those relationships. If you have a relationship that is broken, do what you can to fix it, because time is short. Like, I see the definity and the finiteness of life, and it's surreal. It really is. So anyway, I was talking with my father over the holidays. I had a chance to drive with him from El Paso to Houston to see my sister, and the reason we drive is because I have to bring Conan everywhere. And so on that drive, my dad's 71 years old, and I'm sitting there watching him drive, and he's healthy as a horse. He looks amazing, and I love the hell out of him. Like, he's such a great guy. He's a hard guy. He's a Vietnam vet, and it was difficult growing up with him as a kid, but like, I really respect a lot about him right now. And just looking at him, like, I haven't seen him in a few years, and I see the mortality in him. And, at 71, he's the healthiest guy that I know, and like, superior health markers, not on any medications, looks amazing, gets more dates than I do. And, but at the same time, he's had a few things pop up recently, some polyps and some other things where he's had some scans, and, and he eats the way that we recommend. He sleeps. He has a personal process every morning, where he does prayer and gratitude and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, it just made me really think about the mortality of people. I think about myself. I look at myself and how I've changed in pictures over time, and I'm very proud of how I look and how I feel. Like, I feel like the most fit and amazing freaking 43-year-old that I've ever met in my life. But at the same time, like I see that in everybody, and every time I get with him, another friend or family member has passed away, and usually it's from a long, drawn-out cancer treatment, and then usually leading up to that, it was being overweight and type 2 diabetes and some kind of an autoimmune condition. And, we're sitting there on this 12, 14-hour drive talking about all this stuff and talking about what I'm doing or trying to do with my work. And I can't help but think, how would these people's lives have been different if they would have had this information, if they would have known how to eat properly, if they would have known about the importance of sun exposure and sleep and all the different things that we talk about. And a lot of them, I've tried to communicate some of this information too, but most of us have been brainwashed for most of our lives and very resistant to the truth about this information. But my heart goes out to him, and my dad just expressed how thankful he was for this information. And most of you that follow me probably know my sister has a daughter that has an autoimmune condition, and we went through an autoimmune protocol several years ago. At Christmas, we had this big presentation where we gave them the options of, this is the orthodox medical treatment option, this is the holistic functional route, and we chose the functional route, and her daughter looks so amazing. She's so happy and healthy. And my father was like, if it wasn't for you, she wouldn't be doing so well. And I just think about like how many people need that information. And it's such a crucial matter. I was out of curiosity on this drive. I had a little hotspot pulled up, and I pulled up some statistics from the CDC and some other places. And autoimmune conditions affect 23.5 million people. And I can break that down per autoimmune condition. Graves, 10 million. Psoriasis, 7.5 million. Fibromyalgia, 5 million. Lupus, 3.5 million. We've had a lot of these people go through our program. And then obesity, about 35% of our population is considered obese, which is kind of crazy. Now, their standards for defining obese uses BMI, and we know that BMI may not be the most accurate measure for body composition, but for the general public, it's a decent measure. And 35% of the population being obese is kind of crazy. Diabetes, 9.4% of the population has diabetes, and then 25% of the population has prediabetes. And if you combine those two together, that means that 35% of the population has diabetes or prediabetes, which is just mind-boggling when you think about it. And then cancer, most of us know, like affects a lot of people. We have about a 1 in 2 chance of developing some kind of cancer over our lifetime. I think it's about a 40% risk. And and even the CDC and other kind of mainstream government type organizations will admit that the majority of these chronic degenerative modern diseases, only about 5 to 7% can be attributed to genetics, which we all have genetic predispositions for certain things, but even the CDC and these other organizations acknowledge that it's lifestyle factors that play the biggest role in these chronic degenerative diseases. And then the question is, what does that mean, lifestyle factors? Well, it means how you eat and sleep, and then some things that are controversial. Like most people don't know what the right lifestyle factors are because there's so much confusing information out there. And that's why I'm saying like this is such a crucial matter, because by the time something like that happens to us, it's not that it's too late, but we should have been doing the work way before that. Even if you do everything right, like I'm looking at my father, and he, for his entire life, has done what he thought was healthy, and initially maybe it wasn't perfect. And then, of course, interacting with me after I got into this realm, like he's optimized things tremendously. He's always been fit. He's always tried to eat real food. And he still has some things popping up. And what I realize is you can do everything right for a very significant period of time, and it doesn't guarantee anything. But you have to give your body a fighting chance. You really do. And the best thing that you can do is figure out how to eat real food and how to sleep better and how to do the things that we would consider necessary for health. And, I think about myself, and I think most people know about my journey and how I started into this whole holistic realm. And, good to see y'all. And how I got into this was I had my own health issues. I was close to 300 pounds. I was pre-diabetic. I was taking a statin for my lipid numbers. I had such high blood pressure that my doctor was surprised I wasn't having a heart attack sitting there right in front of him. And I remember I had him take my blood pressure like several times because I was so mind blown. I thought I was healthy. And this was my first checkup in years since being out of the military. But at the time, I was taking Zantac every day, Claritin every day, and just had a lot of issues that I wasn't willing to acknowledge because I thought I was healthy. And that's what spurred me in this direction of doing, what we're doing right now, is trying to figure out what's the truth about all this information. If we're so freaking confused about it, what is the real deal? And we found it, and we have this message that I feel like is really, really powerful. I went into this because I was forced to, because of my health issues. And I think that's what a lot of us start on this holistic health journey for, is we're trying to resolve our own issues. We're trying to resolve our own symptoms and our body composition. A lot of these things are kind of short-term, maybe aesthetic goals, and completely understandable. Whatever it is that gets you moving in that direction is a great thing. And what I found with myself is that once I fixed all these things and I felt better and I performed better and my body composition was better and I was happier with myself, little did I know, my entire life changed. It's freeing, like our way of doing things is freeing in and of itself. But I mean, now I dream and I have goals and I have visions, and I understand that just about anything is possible. It really is. You just have to understand that whatever it is that moves you in this direction, it's worth it. Move in that direction, initiate this process of trying to figure out your own health, And what I guarantee you is that things will open up and your entire life will get better. Your entire life will change. It's great. It's a beautiful journey, a beautiful process. So anyway, we have a program kicking off this weekend, and it's called the Superhuman Transformation. It compiles everything that we teach into a 10-week program, and it's our foundational program. It's great. It really is. It teaches you the basics of real food, and not just what real food is, how to eat real food. We take you through a low-carb phase. We teach you about fasting. We teach you about cleansing and testing your body for all these different foods. And so you really learn how to customize your way of eating, and we address all the other things that we consider necessary for health, like sleep patterns, being outdoors, getting sun exposure, talk a little bit about functional fitness, but we really try to tie all this together into a foundational program. And we're really excited about this membership that we're offering because we have an annual program that after that 10-week program gives you access to a lot of things that will help reinforce those various foundations for health. So for example, we have a hiking class. We have a superfoods workshop where we teach people how to make bone stock and kombucha and kimchi and sauerkraut and other fermented foods. And then we talk about other superfoods. We have a detox program, which we have several groups running that right now. And it's an amazing program. Like, we're really proud of it. We have a sleep program, a meditation and mindfulness program. And all these things are spread out throughout the year in a way to keep you motivated and keep you moving forward. And I just want to say this is a crucial matter. It really is. You got to figure this stuff out now, because if you wait till the issue is forced, I mean, you could have done so much more so much earlier. And this way of living, you can ask any of our people. You can go to our Facebook page, you can go to our Yelp page, you can message anyone that's left a review and ask them what their experience was like. This information is from the heart. It is designed to help people. It has a pure intention of love behind it, and this intention to heal and help people move forward with all this stuff. And the majority of people that have been through the program really feel like their entire life changes because of it. You open yourself up to this new holistic health realm, and it's just a beautiful place to be. So that's what I wanted to say today and share with you. Let me see if anybody has any questions or anything. All right. Thank you all so much. And if you have any questions, just post a comment or message me directly, okay? Love you guys.